Lucy and I are out here for a little bit of lunch. So let me get my pack off and Lucy's pack off, and we'll start getting set up. Come here, Luce. Come here. Go, go, go. Get this pack off. Go, go. For the past little while now, I've been using my alcohol stove a lot, and I really enjoy using it. But every now and then, twig stoves need love too. So today I want to use my Lixada twig stove. Where's the pin? There it is, all set up. So I've gathered up some birch bark. I've got a nice little square here that'll fit perfectly inside the stove. I've got some nice fine papery stuff. I'm gonna try and set that on top of there and save a little bit for later in case I need it. I'm gonna put the stove in the fire pit, and then I'll get ready to light this. Now, I'm going to scrape this a little bit just to create some powder. Try and dump some of that on top of here. The fine powders will make it a little easier to light. There we go. Oh. There. So now that that's going, we can get a bit of water into our pot. Once that burns down, we can start to boil our water. Okay, I need 2 cups, which is about 500 mils. Should be right about there. So, let's talk about lunch. Quite often, I bring out some of these backpacking meals with me. I like to keep a few on hand. Whenever I go anywhere, I always throw one in my bag, so that if something happens and I'm stuck out there later than I want to be, it's there. Now, to eat as a meal, one of these, $14.99. Let's go ahead and call it 15 bucks. I went to my local Dollarama today. One of these, the Knorr Butter and Herb Sidekicks, $2. And Flakes Chicken, $1.75. So $3.75. I have lunch. $15. I have lunch. So for this, I got about 4 of these. Big difference. And this is way more filling than this is. On the bags, it says how much per serving. So I did a bit of math at home. I brought a little sheet of paper with me. The Readywise. For every 64 grams dry, it's 35 grams of carbs and 13 grams of protein. I figured it out. There's 160 grams in here, so I divided that by 64 grams, which is their serving size, 2.5. So I multiplied their 35 grams by 2.5, works out to 87.5 grams of carbs. I did the same thing with the protein, and it comes out to 32.5 grams of protein in this one bag. Then I did the Knorr Butter and Herb. 34 grams for, or 26 grams of carbs for 34 grams of the bag. So again, I figured it out. Works out to 4 times. So 26 grams times 4 is 104 grams of carbs. It's only 4 grams of protein. So it works out to 16 grams of protein. But when I bring this, there's no meat in here, which is why I bring the chicken. And adding the chicken comes up to 24 grams of protein, which brings the protein for this lunch up to 40 grams. So it's a little bit more protein than the Readywise meal. But again, this is I can get 4 meals for the price I paid for this. So I'm going to be stocking up at Dollarama a lot more. So all that just to say that it'll be a whole lot cheaper going to Dollarama. I can still have a few of these on hand just in case. For the convenience, it's 1 pouch, you're done. But to come out and eat a lot of meals, Dollarama will be the way to go. It's more filling, and like I said, I can buy 4 of these meals for the price of 1 of these ones. And they have a couple of different flavors. And they have chicken, they have ham. They have all kinds of different things. So I can vary my lunches at a relatively low cost. But now that that fire is going pretty good, let's get the cover on this. And see if we can't bring that water to a boil. So our water is boiling. So we will add in our pouch. Give it a stir. Now we have to bring it back to a boil. And then let it simmer gently. Well, I can't really simmer. I'm just not going to add any more wood to the fire. We'll let the fire burn down, and that will create a simmer. Stirring it occasionally in the hopes that it doesn't stick. Once it's just about cooked, I'll add in the chicken, and I'll let that warm up as well. Let's see if I can't knock these flames down a little bit. So let's break up these flakes of chicken. And add those into the pot. So now that my lunch is just about ready, Lucy carried in her own lunch today. Carried in her own water. And a little bit of kibble with a few of her treats. Can you see her back there? She's burying her treat. Okay, my lunch is ready. She loves to do that. She'll pick some of the treats out of her bowl, go bury it somewhere, come back, eat some of the kibble. And as soon as she sees that I'm packing up and leaving to go home, she'll run around and eat all the treats that she buried. So here's what our lunch looks like. Chunks of chicken and pasta. Ooh. And it's still hot. Wow. But it tastes good. And at $3.75, you'll be hard pressed to find another lunch for that price, especially nowadays. Wow. Is your lunch good too, Lucy? Me? Lunch was delicious. Or as delicious as it could be for $3.75. But that makes for a nice cheap lunch. And if I'm going to be out for a few days and I need a few meals to get me through, that's perfect. At $3.75 a meal? That's not bad at all. But I think I'm going to end the video here, turn off the camera, and head off for the other reason that I'm here. I brought the silky katana boy. I brought my axe. I'm hoping to cut a little bit of firewood, stash it in the back here somewhere, take a few pictures of it, show Anne and convince her to come out camping next weekend. So let's cross our fingers. Let's cut some firewood. Let's see if we can make this happen. Hopefully I can get her to come out. It's been a weird spring and it's just been one thing after another. Every time we make plans, something happens. But we'll keep on trying. But I want to thank you all for coming out. Always a pleasure having you with us. And if you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button. And if you're going to do that, you may as well hit the notification bell. When you do, there'll be a drop-down menu. In that menu, select all, and that should let you know whenever we put out a new video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Now I'm off to get into these bugs and cut a little bit of firewood.